Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is B of the server Misrael, and today I wanted to talk about the pros and cons of playing a meme spec. So with mine, I'm playing the Spell Hunter, and with any pros, there's always going to be cons. So I selected 5 pros and 5 cons, take them as you like them, and this is what it's basically like playing a meme spec. When it comes to pros, you're going to be very mobile, like very mobile. This one also ties in with the second point, is everything's going to be pretty much instant cast. So Serpent Sting, Arcane Shot, Worm Sting, and yes, even Viper Sting, even though this does not benefit from spell damage or spell power, you're really going to be always on your feet. You never have to really stop. The only ability you have to really stop to spam is going to be multi-shot. So with multi-shot, that's really about it. You're always going to be running around. So what I would suggest be a good thing, which I still need to do, is enchant your boots to give you plus mobility, so you can be quicker on your feet during PvP, which the spec is really good for PvP. The other pro I would say would be it's a different gameplay experience, which it 100% is. I really feel like an Affliction Warlock, which is why I have my pet here. Scorpions like to put a debuff called Scorpion Poison. It does up to 200 damage over 10 seconds, and as long as your pet's attacking the same target, it'll constantly refresh, so it's going to be like a forever dot. Also, from what I understand, I haven't got to test it, if like a shaman or a druid like cleanse it, like when they're trying to cleanse your Serpent Sting, they're actually going to take Scorpion Poison off first. So your stronger sting will continue to tick, which is good. So it just further proves the point that it's going to be good for PvP. I've heard it could be probably in the new meta. Like, a lot of people have been complimenting me, surprisingly. I thought a lot of people were going to be like bullying me for even trying to do something like this in WoW. But with Classic being a sandbox, it has really not come to that, surprisingly. And I'm really quite shocked. It's not what I thought. I think the biggest person who had a problem with it was probably a raid leader when we were doing Zolgrub. He wasn't really too thrilled about me rolling on spell power gear. And that's going to be one of the cons. It does make interesting conversations, though, like I was just saying. That's another pro. People always ask me, like, how does it work? What does it do? What does it affect? Is this all for Arcane Shot? A lot of them think that because of Arcane Infused Gem, which it has a lot to do with it. But my main pride and glory is going to be the stings, especially Worm Sting. That is my favorite spell to cast in PvP. When it comes to cons, unfortunately, it is very mana costly. So I go incredibly freaking fast. Like, without even really trying, I'm out of mana, and I'm kind of suffering for that. But luckily in PvP, you just gotta die, and you come back to health, like full stats in like 30 seconds, so it's not really that big of a deal. When it comes to doing dungeons, I'm always having to drink, and it's not really that fun. It is very difficult to gear, which is another con. That's why I don't have the best gear. I'm trying, like, I gotta redo this add-on, but my spell power is a little over 300 right now, and my goal is to get it over 400, which is, it's a big leap, but I am working on it. I just have to enchant some more stuff and get a couple pieces replaced. And it should be doable. Like, I actually know another spell hunter that plays on Faralina. She has about 500 spell power, and that is a personal goal for my meme spec. Your range attack power does suffer greatly with this, unfortunately, because you're not really worrying about shooting normal arrows, which I need to replace mine. Your main thing is going to be spell damage, so it's going to be your 4 main spell attacks you're going to be spamming. That's where most of your DPS is going to come from. Your ranged attack power is just like shooting the arrows. It's not going to be the best. It's not. Another con, which is my most annoying one for me, technically, is you're incredibly freaking squishy. Hunters normally wear hunters normally wear mail. So we can take some damage. We can take a couple of hits and still keep on going. Now, when I'm dressed like this, I can get two-shotted by a warrior, and it is some of the most frustrating things, but I mean, what did I really expect? Now, I could destroy a warrior in this. The only class I have yet to be able to destroy as a meme spec hunter has been a paladin. I cannot, for the life of me, kill a paladin. I just can't do it. They remove my dots. They bubble. I can't hunt them down. It's not fun. So I try to stay clear from them. Fun fact, I actually did I did a battleground like 2 nights ago, and actually did 1v1 McConnell. Not as a spell hunter, but as my regular survival hunter in my survival hunter gear. You know, just a raid gear. I meleeed him, and I didn't use any range attacks, and I defeated McConnell. And I got on Farrellina and messaged him about it, and he was a pretty good sport, surprisingly. I thought he was going to be pretty mad, but... the last con I wanted to get into for the Spell Hunter is it's going to be incredibly difficult to get into raids. And the main reason for that is you're not going to be exactly spec'd up properly the way that, you know, raid teams are going to want you to, because, you know, they're always going to want you to just be a true shot or bot. Your entire purpose as a hunter is just to buff up the other people. And I greatly disagree with that, especially since, you know, I pay $15 a month. Yeah, it's going to be really hard to get into raids. So, I never get to actually raid in my spell gear. Which, I mean, it makes sense, especially with, like, the amount of debuffs you can put on an enemy. Serpent Sting's going to be, like, one of the ones that they're going to want to forget about. But if you can get up enough spell power with it benefiting from 100% spell damage, I don't really see why they would. Especially with mine. Mine can take over 800 right now. And if I get a little bit more gear, it's going to be 1,000 damage every 12 seconds. Which should be a lot better considering, you know, how it scales. But yeah, those are my 5 pros, my 5 cons. I got a little off trail, a little bit off topic. I don't really script these videos out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Happy hunting.